This video, caught on a neighbor's doorbell camera, captures the moment the Perkins family says police fatally shot 39-year-old Steve Perkins.
We are now hearing from the attorney hired to represent Steve Perkins' family, the man killed by Decatur police last week.
Less than 24 hours ago, the family announced civil rights attorney Lee Merritt is taking on their case. WE31's Paige Meyer joins us live now.
It did tell me that what the district attorney says is right now they're not in the position to give us a timeline as to when the Perkins family can expect justice.
Hundreds of people attended Perkins' celebration of life this morning at Wheeler Chapel Church. This gathering happening after a vigil and multiple protests have taken place this week, each event having the same message.
We want accountability. Yes. We want responsibility. Yes. We want change. Yes.
Today, Decatur city leaders came together to answer questions on camera for the first time since the incident.
Now, those leaders included Mayor Tab Bowling, Police Chief Todd Pinion, Fire Chief Tracy Thornton, and retired Youth Services Director for the city, Bruce Jones. They all had some requests from members of the community. First, to continue to pray for the Perkins family, as well as the city and its police department. Second, try to be patient through this investigation.
What's good, YouTube? Welcome to Visible Truth Media, and I'm your host, Dirty God. I got a trivia question for you. Are the police allowed to kill you if you pull a gun on them? In that case, I would say yes. But is it justified if you have a firearm on you and the police come up and don't announce themselves properly and you end up getting gunned down, not knowing that it was the police in the first place that came up to you? Should that be justified? Should the officers be terminated for what they did? I'm gonna tell you guys this story right here. You guys let me know in the comments how you feel about the situation. This episode is a story about a murder of a man named Steve Perkins, 39 years old. I'm not gonna waste too much more of your time, but before we do, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and let me know how you feel about this situation. Let's get it. An Alabama man was killed by the police in an ambush on September 29, 2023. The whole incident was covered by Ring doorbell cameras, and you got a couple of views about what happened. I can't post the whole video about everything that did happen, but I can give you guys snippets, and I'm going to leave a link in the description so you guys can actually see the whole video. But the whole incident happened when a repo man tried to take this man's truck in a repossession process assisted by police officers. There are rumors that are going on saying that the repo man was at the wrong house. So if that's even the case, this makes the story 10 times even more crazy. Neighbor security footage captured some of the sights and sounds of officers confronting Steve Perkins, who was 39 on September 29th at his home. In the video, a man could be heard saying, "Hey, give me my truck back," according to the video footage made public by Perkins' family. Then another male voice could be heard saying, "Hey, police, get on the ground."
The warning appearing to come immediately before police open fire.
One male down. Need an ambulance ASAP.
There was only a fraction of a second between the word ground and the sound of a gunfire, multiple gunfires, with more than a dozen rounds apparently being squeezed off in about 4 seconds. His family was questioned by NBC, and they stated from the immediate footage that they were seeing, it looked like an ambush of him not even knowing who was in his yard. I mean, when you look at the police footage, I'm sorry, it's not the police footage, it's the doorbell camera. You don't see any police lights in sight. So imagine somebody knocking at your door, trying to take your truck. You know it's the wrong vehicle. Allegedly, they have the wrong vehicle. You're defending your property at this point. You come outside and somebody tells you to get on the ground, instantly you get shot. No police lights in sight. And maybe you should try to put yourself in this situation on how would you react if you were in a case like this. Though they were in uniform, it was a very dark neighborhood. As I stated, no police cars were in front of the house. They were parked down the street, hiding in the neighborhood's yards. Representatives of the Decatur Police Department and the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency could not be immediately reached for comment. But in the previous statements, state law enforcement said Perkins was found to be armed with a handgun, which was also equipped with a light, and that he had brandished the weapon towards an officer with the Decatur Police Department, causing the officer to fire at Perkins. The Alabama Law Enforcement Agency vowed to carry out an investigation. Perkins had allegedly been behind on payments for the truck, but it had not been put out for repossession status, the family said. Earlier that night, A repo man had tried taking Perkins' truck, but was turned back. He made a second trip to the house, but this time he showed up with the police. A representative for the towing company that had attempted the possession could not be immediately reached for comment. Perkins had no previous interactions with police aside a DUI arrest made over a decade ago. He left behind 2 children, ages 14 and 7, and he was also married. There have been days of protests surrounding this whole situation in Alabama, and so far they have been peaceful. His lawyer has come out and spoke, demanding that the body camera footage be released. We still have yet to see it, but when it does, I'm gonna make sure we upload it so you guys can take a look at it and see what happens. By looking at the footage from the doorbell cameras, I'm not gonna say it's justified at all. If you're sitting in your home and somebody's coming to try to take your truck and you know when your vehicles are out for repossession, even if you're late on payments, you get alerted when something like that is about to happen. So he's coming outside to protect his property. But if anybody should be in trouble with this whole situation, I'm going to tell you right now, the repossession man that came to the house to take the vehicle, he should be terminated and charged as well. And the police officers that were on site, they should be charged. I know from the reports, one of them I think is on suspended paid leave, and the other one, there's no information really about it, but we're still waiting on the body camera footage, man. So unfortunate situation right here. It just gets repetitive for me, man. That's why I have to take breaks when it comes to episodes like this, man. So you guys let me know in the comments how you feel about this situation, man. Peace.